every single jump,
I'm not giving you video moment.
every wicket you
Are we
break,
live?
every breakaway,
Hello, children
every cross,
of God. How are you doing?
Hello, Mama.
every dunk,
I know. I said children of God. Are you not the child of God?
stop,
Uh-huh.
every loss, every
Okay, hello, children of God, and
victory,
every other person.
every single sport, we will be watching you.
Welcome inside the locker room. Inside the locker room.
Good morning, good morning, good morning. Like I would say, hello, children of God. Good morning and welcome to the Locker Room 91. It's brought to you by Smooth 98.1.
Good morning, everyone. This since Valentine has stolen my line, I'll settle with everyone. Hope you're having a good morning so far.
Yes, and she's Ayo, and we have in our midst a lady who sometimes is unappreciative of my efforts, I would say this. But I'm glad to have her on the show, as always. Her name is Tega Onojaife, aka Tega Supreme, aka Tega Tiger, Tega the Fighter, Tega the Complainer. Tega, good morning.
Good morning.
Hi, how are
You
you?
say I like to what you would like to have on a show. Oh yeah, chase me now and do locker room. Uh-huh.
Wow,
Mm-hmm.
so proud.
What happened this weekend?
Parties,
Yeah, what party was?
matches.
Who won the Italian Super Cup?
We'll find out.
I know. Should I tell you?
Tell me.
Last year.
Mhm.
Uh,
Okay, so I can leave now. Let me be going. As people are having me out of pity.
You
Let
can
me
try,
be
you
good.
know, you cannot try it. Please send us messages to be part of the show because we're really glad to always get your messages. Send it to WhatsApp 0809 444 0981. That is our WhatsApp number 0809 444 0981. We're streaming live on Instagram. Find us at Smooth981, at Valentine Ohu, at Ayomiro Ese, at Tega Onodashi,
All right.
No, there's no such person. No.
at LIS International.
Eli International. On YouTube, we're actually there as well. So please go onto YouTube, search for Smooth 98.1, and use the live chat option to send us some messages. Don't forget, at 8:30, it'll be time for Banter Better with Coca-Cola. So please stay tuned.
All right, so let's start with Liverpool. The pair in Liverpool, Sadio Mane and Mohamed Salah, plus Riyad Mahrez from Manchester City, have been named as the three candidates for this year's Africa Footballer of the Year award to be decided next month, January. The nominees were named on Sunday, yesterday, after being selected by a panel of technical experts from the Confederation of African Football, plus former players and the media.
Well, I would say this for the three players mentioned, they are in your faces. Whether you like it or not, they're in your faces. Yesterday I was watching, I think it was the Atletico Madrid game, and I just kept thinking that the only reason Thomas Partey doesn't make it as much on doesn't get the waves that he should be getting as much as he does on the continent and in the media is number one, he's playing for Ghana at the wrong time, and number two, he's playing in the La Liga, not in Barcelona or Real Madrid, but Atletico Madrid, because he is such a fantastic player. The English Premier League has that marketing that makes it global and makes it big and makes everybody look at it. In the La Liga, you enjoy the football, but you don't wake up in the morning and hear people talking about Real Sociedad versus Sevilla. But you hear somebody talking about Everton,
Yes.
Watford.
Yes.
You know,
Yeah.
and I think that's what they need to work on and put more effort into. So sadly, a Thomas Partey would not make as much waves. However, the three people chosen this year were clearly outstanding. Riyad Mahrez with his role in the treble for Manchester City. Algeria didn't really go very far at the Nations Cup, but they made waves. Of course, I don't have to say anything about Sadio Mane. For me, one of the best in the world, not talk of one of the best in Africa. And then Mo Salah with his consistent churning out of goals. Even when he's had a poor run of form, he's more than made up for it when he's come back. So the three candidates chosen this year, clearly outstanding. Just unfortunate that some people from our country
We had something to say about this.
We did not make the list.
Oh, yeah.
Oh
Who would have made the list?
Again, nobody. Hence my point. That's why I said it in a sober way. I was very sad when I said it.
So sad.
And it's Christmas. I should be excited.
Christmas.
It's Christmas.
Christmas.
All right. Now we hear that Lazio down Juventus in Saudi for Super Cup to win. Well, that's the answer you were looking for. Lazio
I wasn't
won-
looking for it.
You were looking. You were asked.
You suggested it and I agreed. Moving on.
This guy said
Lazio
the
won
Joro
the
guy.
Italian Super Cup for a fifth time on Sunday. That's yesterday, defeating Juventus 3-1 in a game played in the Saudi Arabia capital of Riyadh. Now, Lazio's coach Simone Inzaghi said, "We did something magical tonight. To beat Yuri twice in 2 weeks is incredible. I think this was another deserved victory for a strong team that always believed in our ideas. We're sorry we lost the trophy, but we still have many competitions at stake in the next 5 months," said Sarri, who's for Juventus. "There is anger, but crying over it does not solve the problem."
I agree. I like the way this man. Look, the
I
way
like it.
Sarri, the way Mauricio Sarri behaves, like he doesn't give two rats
Yes.
behind.
Yes.
He cannot be bothered. Like, I don't know what it is. He's supposed to be taking, what's the name of the fake one that they take, the e-cigarette. But I don't think that's what's inside that thing. Because the way he doesn't care is beyond, you can't quantify it as a normal person. He comes in with such a big team. First of all, he had lost to Simone Inzaghi's Lazio just a few days before, well, a week and some days before. So the one thing that you should do is prepare that the next second time you won't win him. At least you know he won't defeat you. At least you know what he's about. You know how he plays. You know how his team is now. Then you prepare for that you won't lose again the second time. He comes with all the names. There was Higuain, there was Dybala, there was Cristiano Ronaldo, there was everybody that could be available. Well, there was every quality that he had. And then Lazio came as a team and beat him again. And then for him to say, there's no need crying. Crying will not solve the problem. What? They brought you there to bring victories. And you're saying that your players shouldn't cry when they lost. I don't know
So
what.
stop crying, come and play.
Is the attitude she said it? There's no need crying. We've already lost. Let's just be going home. People traveled all the way to Saudi.
But did he lie? No.
No, but that attitude is just not helping. However, they still have a say in the Italian Serie A. Yes, Inter Milan is giving them a good run for their money because Juventus had to play earlier because of this game. And they were at the top of the table. Then Inter Milan comes and completely outplays I think they won their game by 4-0. Could have been more goals. And so Inter Milan is grappling that top of the table with them. So there are two teams tied at the top of the table now, Inter Milan and Juventus. And it doesn't seem like Antonio Conte is going to lose his grip anytime soon, considering the fact that he has even crashed out of the UEFA Champions League, and Europa is not fantastic looking to him. So his main focus is going to be that Italian Serie A. So for Mauricio Sarri to be coming out and saying there's no need crying over it, crying will not change anything. That attitude doesn't give you much inspiration or much hope that they are going to push. But let's see how it turns out for them. He has players that are fighters. We hope that at the end of the day, when they get on the pitch, they'll forget his bad attitude and just face their job.
You'll probably say sorry to them.
Lie, sorry.
Sorry.
Born. Lie.
Real Madrid were left to a series of near misses on Sunday as they stumbled to a 0-0 home draw with Athletic Bilbao, dropping 2 points adrift of Barcelona in a tight Spanish title race. Now, Real also drew 0-0 in midweek at Barcelona, but Sunday's result leaves Madrid on 37 points at the halfway stage of the season, 2 points off Barcelona, who topped the table on 39. Barcelona going to the brief Spanish winter break on top of La Liga after a glittering show led by Lionel Messi saw the defending champions beat Alaves 4-1 on Saturday.
I don't know why they're saying the glittering show was led by Lionel Messi. It wasn't glittering. It was just that some people had some great players on one hand and the other team were left to view that 20 minutes that Barcelona turned the match on its head. But I would say this: it's not the most fantastic of displays I've seen from Barcelona. I look at what they're playing in the La Liga, and I question how strong they are in the UEFA Champions League. Because ultimately, it's not necessarily about winning the La Liga. They've done it time and time again. The question is, can they get back to being European champions, and then maybe world champions from the FIFA Club World Cup? But they're not inspiring any kind of confidence. However, when Real Madrid brings result like they did last night, it keeps Valverde in his job. At least these days he's talking a little on the sidelines. Before he just used to sit mute and look around. But these days he's pushing his defense especially to do more because they're leaking in goals, and Stegen is doing an extra job. I hope they're paying him extra because he's working overtime. So what it is for Real Madrid is they have come so close to Barcelona this season, but they're still off it a little bit because Barcelona is not playing, like I said, the best of football, but Real Madrid just doesn't know how to capitalize. And for them to have blinked first, even if it's just 2 points behind Barcelona, it's still a gap. Remember, El Clasico was supposed to demarcate who was going to be leading and who was going to be behind. There were no winners, there were no victors, no vanquished. It was all draw. And then they come to this game playing at home, and you think that, they can get something from the game. They didn't do anything. They didn't. They created a few chances, but they didn't score. I think the best chances fell to Karim Benzema, but he always just seemed to find the goalkeeper. Because there were times that I saw the goalkeeper on one side of the post, and I thought, here is an open goal post for Benzema to score, and he's played straight to the goalkeeper. So it wasn't like it wasn't the most exciting. So I think at the end of the day, they're not capitalizing on the fact that Barcelona is not playing the best of football, which is sad for them. On the other hand, the other contenders who are the Atletico Madrid, like I said, winning their game yesterday, but they have had mixed fortunes. So some games they play excellently, and some games they just struggle for no reason. So it's as if Barcelona is strolling to the La Liga title. I'm not saying that there won't be stumbles, but there's not much of a challenge, even when they stumble. So you look at that form and say, the question now is, can they go far, or can they win the UCL? And looking at the team that is Barcelona, with the way their defense is giving away cheap goals and the way they're not very convincing, barring some excellent or magical moments by some individuals, it doesn't give me much hope to think that they'll do anything in UCL. Yeah.
All right. Well, Collins Ine on YouTube has something to say. Says Thomas Partey. I beg, has he performed better over the period than Wilfred Ndidi?
Excuse me, have you met Thomas Partey?
Party after party.
Like I said, a lot of people watch the EPL.
Yeah.
So
John McFarlane Elijah says, Tega said Algeria didn't go far in the African Nations Cup, but they beat Nigeria in the semis and went on to beat Senegal in the final. Mahrez won the Nations Cup, he said. And then Rex Damilola comes in to say, good morning, guys. The most shocking result over the weekend was Spurs. They spoilt my tickets. I know if you cry. Wow.
Don't cry, don't worry. Don't cry for me, Rex Dambilola. All right, we have a comment. We have another story to quickly run through, and then we'll go on a break. Jurgen Klopp, proud of Liverpool's sensational maiden club World Cup win.
Okay, so Jurgen Klopp had lost 7 finals in a row, and now he's won 3 finals in a row. so now he's European champion, he's FIFA Club World Cup champion, so he's world champion, and then he also won the Super Cup. So it's as if the thing that is to make him not to win finals, they've prayed it out.
Yes.
And they've delivered him from his ancestral curses.
I knew there was something special about his glass frames.
Yeah, because they didn't just look different, they look magical.
Right.
They've started seeing things. But congratulations to them. Flamengo did a very good job playing that game and getting it to extra time. But hey, it took one Brazilian to take out a Brazilian team. What can I say?
Nice. Oluwaleke Akimbi from Surulere says, hi Tega, please explain what happened to Isaiah Thomas and the fan just because of Smoothie or something else. What happened?
What happened to Isaiah Thomas and the fan? There's
They
a
want to turn
video.
it on? More messages, Shay.
No,
This is Shay.
that's basketball.
Oh,
Shay
okay.
says, I how far with the Arsenal low. Tega, please analyze my Chelsea versus Tottenham for 1 hour today, Joe. Student Lampard thought Professor Mourinho some lessons, whatever. Valentine Ma, you are in great trouble.
Sorry, there's no such word as whatever. It's not in my dictionary, so.
It's a word like whatever.
Diego Kingston says, "Good morning to you guys. Wake me up any day. I repeat over and over again that nothing good will come out of this Mauricio Sarri's juice this season. That man's tactics can be very pissing," he says. "You guys are doing a fantastic job, and you too. Please keep your messages coming in on the number 0809-444-0981. And please, the next set of messages, you will add a hashtag and you know what it is."
Oh God, I'm so sad.
Diego Kingston is Kingston, but
No, really?
I think so. Yeah, I see his picture.
Players don't ready. The coach is
Oh, really? Yeah.
You don't ready so. Because once the match starts,
Let's see his picture.
The hot basketball.
I'm hungry.
Follow starts.
Today na today,
I know,
there
but
go
give
be
it-
some people
Yeah,
club like
because
Rudgier,
of our
man.
I miss him, sir. He's
Yeah.
gone.
Cool guy. Stylish.
Diego Kingston.
You don't ready for banter. I bet you won't make your club carry
Ah, they're going to banter.
Let's go.
Bottle of Coca-Cola, take home your side. Make you day fresh to banter better. Banter better with
Banter
Coca-Cola,
better
the
with
official soft drink
Coca-Cola.
partner of the English Premier League.
Coming in as a
Ready?
trailer, he is in fifth place. Is he close enough? Is he close enough? Yes.
Here comes the dunk.
This should be fun.
Yes.
Look out below.
This segment
Yes,
is
sir.
brought to you by Coca-Cola.
The official sponsor of the English Premier League. Better with Coca-Cola.
That hashtag is Banter Better with Coca-Cola from this time on till the end of the show. That's the Locker Room 981. It's brought to you by Coca-Cola. Use that hashtag Banter Better with Coca-Cola. And please keep your messages devoid of any vulgar statements, no disparaging remarks. Please respect each other and let's banter better with Coca-Cola.
Yeah, and you can pick on anybody. Well, Tottenham Hotspur is the one that. So you remember some weeks ago, some
It was
Tottenham Hotspur fans came to me and we are here, we are plenty. We want to see you today.
Show
Come
yourself.
out, crawl out of the woodworks, come out of those dark holes. We need to get at you today. So yes, you have to banter with. You can banter with Tottenham.
Yes.
You can banter with Jose Mourinho.
Ah.
You can still banter with Arsenal, but because they didn't lose,
Yeah,
you
just
I was
understand.
gonna say, guys,
Mm.
just leave. Arsenal is such a cheap.
Banter
team.
with Tottenham. Tottenham is the team that you need to
No,
No,
banter
don't
with.
banter because Jose Mourinho is in Tottenham now.
I beg you.
All right, so
All right, let's move on to stories. But if you want to send your message, send to 0809-444-0981. Twitter is at smooth981fm. Don't forget to use the hashtag critical, hashtag banter better with Coca-Cola and Locker Room 981.
Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, Manchester United played like it was a testimonial in Watford defeat. His words, quote, "The first half, it could easily have been my testimonial, and it might have been a better atmosphere at my testimonial. To be fair, it was very subdued, slow, no tempo, urgency." And he adds, "Any bit of encouragement their crowd got was when we gave them set plays, and we gave them 2 goals in the second half."
Okay, he's right. They did give them 2 goals. The David De Gea error where he thought he had the ball but he caught air. Yeah, you can banter with David De Gea. I think he needs super glue for his hands. But also the penalty that was given away. I mean, have you seen the way they gave away the penalty? Wan-Bissaka did not even argue with the referee. He did not even banter with the referee. He just rolled over and said, I'm the one that gave the penalty. Carry on. So yes, they did give away 2 goals, but I wouldn't say their tempo was completely slow because it started like a house on fire. A flurry of chances. Lingard came closest and didn't take advantage of that chance. If he had scored that goal, maybe we would have been looking at a completely different result and a completely different match, because you're looking at a Watford side that is bottom of the table and struggling. So maybe if they had considered early, they would have been afraid, lost all confidence, lost all belief, and not have been able to chase the game the way they chased it. The longer the game stayed goalless, the more their confidence grew, the more their belief grew. And then David De Gea making that mistake, and maybe 2 minutes later was David De Gea made the mistake, and 2 minutes later they gave away a penalty. So it was let's say 4 to 5 minutes of madness that Manchester used to lose this game. And after that, Watford was pretty comfortable just staying compact and playing on the break. So I'd say this. He's right about their performance not being better than his testimonial.
Yes.
But I'd say they started off well. They just somehow fell off the grid halfway through. And Watford, they needed this win. They are at the bottom of the table. They need any win to come out from where they are right now. And getting a scalp like Manchester United. This is the Manchester United that beat Tottenham and defeated
And they couldn't do it
Man
this time.
City, and they couldn't beat Watford.
Again,
Like somebody said on
Watford.
in locker room, they are the Robin Hood, rob the big
Yes, I said
people.
it. Thank you.
And before you said
I
it,
used to
somebody
support
before
them,
you said it, somebody said it on WhatsApp.
No,
Yes,
I said it,
yes.
I used to root
It's
for-
my
for
people.
Man U.
Manu, who are they?
And you people can banter Ayo. for-
Ayo, that's your club. You better not deny
No,
I'm in
the
between
weekend
clubs.
that Manchester United loses, she becomes an
I am
Arsenal
in between
fan.
clubs.
Then the weekend that Arsenal loses, she
Yeah.
becomes, she mixes
You
it.
know-
That's why she's a Arsenal fan.
Thank you very much.
You know those fans that don't blow well during Hamatan when it's very strong. It's this fair weather.
Hey,
fans.
hashtag
Well
banter
done.
better with Coca-Cola.
You have to, and your messages have to contain hashtag banter better with Coca-Cola if you want us to read them out.
Yes, please. We have the first one here. Emeka from Amor says, when the student beats the master on his own turf, then know that a new era has begun. Frank Lampard beating Mourinho will be the same way Arteta will beat Guardiola. Yes, you heard it from me for the first time. Lastly, I heard all Manchester United matches have been moved to Cartoon Network to give space for more serious matches.
Banter better with
What you
Coca-Cola.
got to say about that?
Okay, I'll stop saying whatever. I Collins in there on YouTube says, I wish Chelsea beat Spurs 3-0, so Mourinho can be remembered of when Spurs beat Mourinho's United 3-0. Then he had remind us that the 3-0 represents the 3 EPL trophies that he won. Banter better with Coca-Cola.
Chinwe Nancy says Lampard and his boys' victory over Mourinho and his men is a story of apprentice riding over his master. Well done, Lampard. Reach Arsenal or teach Arsenal more lessons in Sunday.
Cheery, please.
Hashtag banter better with Coca-Cola.
Zizi Classic says Tottenham's Hotspur should hire Ole whenever they want to play big teams, while Manchester United should hire Mourinho whenever they want to play small teams. That will solve both problems.
That's a good one.
Taking no prisoners, eh?
Emma from Makoka.
Hashtag banter better with Coca-Cola. He says, no bottom pots, they sweet past Christmas rice. That's why United lost to Watford. David the here, or David the giver, is playing Santa.
I love
Christmas came early. This one way Bisika no banter. Someone should buy him Coca-Cola, Joe.
it. Nice one.
Nice one.
Colin says, I hope the way you change clubs is not the way you change friends, though. Banter better with Coca-Cola.
I strongly suspect that.
No.
Okay, no, that's not the way. I'm kidding.
Mhm.
Sheriff Oluwaleke Kimbi says, well, for me, the Arsenal appointment of Arteta as our new coach is like having a 100 million naira car and taking it to a roadside mechanic to fix instead of a professional. I hope the gamble pays off at the end.
That's what we're all
Hashtag
hoping
banter
for,
better with
my
Coca-Cola.
brother. We're all hoping for it. Diego Kingston says, hashtag banter better with Coca-Cola. I think Manchester Disunited is taking a cue from Liverpool of 2-3 seasons ago, defeating the Kings and losing out to the Slaves. How can you defeat Spurs, Chelsea, City, a draw with Liverpool, and then lose to comment my reserve?
I hope for them. Watford. Yeah. And Shay says, well, hashtag banter better with Coca-Cola. Tottenham, hot spurs turned hot dog at the side of Willian, Conte, and Lampard. Tiger and Valentine, please check through which letter begins the words Ayo and Arsenal.
I'm being the judge of which. Yes, nice one.
Let's move on to the next one.
Whatever.
On
That's
that
my
note,
favorite word for today.
It's not a word.
All right, so Chelsea's Antonio Rudgier allegedly racially abused during Tottenham game. Now, he took to social media hours after the final whistle to thank fans for their support over the incident. He said, it is really sad to see racism again at a football match, but I think it's very important to talk about it in public. If not, it'll be forgotten again in a couple of days, as always.
Yeah, and he's right. Before you blink, something, you say a couple of days, couple of hours, we've moved on to the next thing. But what it was, and especially why it was targeted at him, And because Tottenham team has black players,
Mm-hmm.
so there's Ndombele, there's Sissoko. I don't know what they are. There's Dele Ali. So there's no. It was just particularly targeted at Rudiger because of that incident with Son. So
Yeah.
Rudiger fouls Son, and Son on the ground now lifts his legs, studs showing, and kicks Rudiger in the chest. Now, whether the pressure or whether the way he kicked Rudiger would have caused serious injuries of no consequence. What happened was that the intent was to kick him with his studs up. So straight red card for foul play or dangerous play rather. And so he goes off. And so now the fans from Tottenham are now targeting Rudiger. So something happens. Kepa is about to take the goal kick, and Rudiger now comes and says that he can hear monkey chants. And it was the way he described it. He was like, monkey. I'm like, monkeys are going to be tired of all of you.
Honestly.
But he could hear monkey chants. And so as Piliqueta also speaks to the referee goes to tell both coaches, they announce it in the stadium that you cannot have racist chants and the rest of it, and then they go back and then eventually they start the game. But it was particularly targeted at Rudiger, which is why I think he had to speak out. But at the end of the day, what happens is if you do something bad, you get racist abuse. It doesn't make any sense. You were losing the match not because of that one Rudiger incident. I mean, that Son made it even worse. But your team didn't play very well. And if you had something to say, you could have called him. Oh, I wanted to say you could have said he flopped. But that's a basketball team. You could have said cheat. You could have said anything.
Yeah.
But you had to go to the monkey chant. So the FA meeting with police and talking to it won't solve this. This racism is inside the community. So they carry it into football because football is part of the community.
True.
You can't solve racism in football and not solve it in the community.
Absolutely.
So it has to be
One does not go
yeah,
without
the
other.
conversation has to be inside and outside
Yeah,
that stadium.
yeah.
That's the way we can solve it. But the one thing we can do right now, Sha, is to use the CCTV camera and pick out the people, the guilty, the culprit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
And use him as a scapegoat.
Yes,
Yeah.
I agree. They should stop.
Use
stop
him as
burying
a
their heads in the
scapegoat.
sand
And me, I've
say-
said it, if my team is a racist chance, we are walking out.
Mhm.
The FA will be discussing with us in the locker room.
Isaac Kobe from Mikoton says, it's three. I screamed from my sleep as Chelsea humbled Mourinho again. I shouted, lo and behold, it was my alarm waking me up. Oyagbe from Chelsea and one more Ologo. Banter better. Hashtag banter better Coca-Cola.
All right, Ridwan sent in the next one. Ridwan says, I heard that Wan-Bissaka turned to one because penalty. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer need to visit his village people in Norway to appease them. Chelsea fans, don't they make mouth now, Abby? Hashtag banter better with Coca-Cola.
And then from Samuel in Unilag says, hashtag banter better with Coca-Cola. All these Oleyans are Okoto, Mule, Strisk. Val, please. go
Well,
ahead.
please, it's your village people. Help us read it.
Ike from Navy Town says, hashtag banter better with Coca-Cola. This Manchester United team don't tire me. The team is just Robin Hood FC, aka Enemy of Progress FC. They don't want the big team to progress. Rubbish. Ole should go.
Layout, they've been chanting that since. MI from Akoka says, it seems Tuo Shinkafa was the official meal of EPL this weekend. Jose, you got served.
Nice.
Hashtag banter better with Coca-Cola.
All right, let's talk about Freddie Lindbergh. He's in the news. He says he wanted to make stands on Mesut Ozil. In his words, quote, for me, I got asked about after the game about Mesut. He walked off the pitch in the Man City game and then kicked his gloves. The fans were not happy. I got asked about it again, and I said, at Arsenal, that's not how we behave and not what we do. I stand by that. Mesut was injured, but I'd not have picked him for the squad because I want to make a stance that it's not what I accept from an Arsenal football player.
Well, it's becoming a thing now. The fans boo you, you act out. And Shaka got back into the team, even if we are hearing that he may be going back to Germany as early as January. And then Ozil now reacts the same way. I think there needs to be a statement made to the players.
Yeah.
In as much as we understand that your feelings are hurt, you're going to have to comport yourselves accordingly. You're professionals, do your job and go and go back to the bench if when you're substituted. I think that's the stance they need to take, and especially with Mikel Arteta coming in, having served under somebody like Pep Guardiola, he's not going to take this all these tantrums people are throwing. He's going to be a little disciplined, which is why I'm afraid for him, because he's a young coach trying to discipline players that
He might not have that same patience.
that players no, that players that have money, and because they believe they have money, they have power. So it is the dressing room trouble that I'm more afraid of than his tactics on the pitch.
And that affects it.
That affects
It
it,
does.
yes.
Quick messages. Agumbai Ridwan says, after getting heat from bottom of the league, who've had more managers than wins this season, I honestly think it's time Pochettino comes in. Ole has been hard-working and tries his best, but the club is bigger than him, and I see it improving to be the
Please,
best.
I have to read the first one.
Yes,
He
please.
says, Manchester United, ego, Real Madrid, playing pattern, zigzag, ability, Enugu Rangers.
Yeah.
So final. I'm not doing this again. It's okay. The hashtag Banter Better with
Oh my
Coca-Cola. Let's
goodness.
keep the conversation going on social media. Tweet at Smooth981FM on Twitter. Reach out to us individually at LIS International if you want to find out what the ladies are doing in sports in Nigeria. They're doing a fantastic job, I must say. And of course, join us next as we have a conversation at 9 o'clock for Lagos Talks Special. This time around, we'll pick up the stories about the CBN slashing charges, bank charges, stamp duty, all of them included. Smooth 98.1.
Coming in as a trailer.
The message